Hello and welcome back to our glass cannon playthrough, and we are about to try out a new strategy. This is actually something that I used to do back in Warband, more specifically in the Prophecy of Pendor mod. And this is basically keeping all your archers, if you have a, primarily archer-based army, and this is obviously a suggestion from one of you, but I actually thought to myself, is this actually gonna work? Because in Bannerlord it's a little bit different, the way the castles are, structured, situated, whatever you want to call them, and generally they do have a number of very potent reasons why it might not be the best idea to utilize this strategy. And that is, of course, ballistas. If they have ballistas on the walls, it's going to be very difficult to maintain a decent, healthy population of archers on the outside. But generally, the best way that we can eliminate the enemy's garrison is by, indeed, shooting them with arrows. Yes. And I'm very much hoping that this strategy will pan out in our favor, and you can quite clearly tell that it seems to be working. I'm a bit dubious about it, really. I mean, I have built a battering ram and a siege tower as well because, we're going to need some form of distraction for the opponent, because otherwise they're just going to focus my archers entirely, and then it's just going to result in even more casualties. But you can see here, look at this. We've actually done a lot of damage so far, which I am very pleased about. So thank you to those of you that gave me this suggestion, because, as I said, I was a little bit dubious about it. I thought to myself, is this going to work? Because this used to be a very effective strategy in Warband, as I say, in Prophecy of Pendor. You would generally want to have an army mostly comprised of units that either had sword and shield, mostly sword and shield, and something else. So whether that be thrown weapons, whether that be crossbow and bolts, or whether that be arrows and a bow. And generally, arrows and a bow are going to be the go-to, pretty much, in Prophecy of Pendor at least, because they have a faction, or I guess you could kind of call them a faction, I suppose, but they have a faction known as the Noldor. If you don't know anything about Prophecy of Pendor, then, well, anyway, they're elves, basically, right? So they're elves. It's a sort of a fantasy setting in the mod, and it's actually amazing to make a custom knighthood order, and that is exactly what you can do. It's basically like My Little Warband, but in the previous game. So yeah, it's kind of like that, which is actually kind of amazing considering how old Prophecy of Pendor is, and it's pretty amazing. Anyway, we are hopefully going to be able to, I think we are actually going to win this, amazingly enough. I should really murder this guy. Oh no, he knew I was coming. He knew I was coming and he got ready for it. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, the best thing that you could do in Prophecy of Pendor, when you gain the ability to, create your custom knighthood order, is to literally just make a bunch of units that are capable of using really effective ranged weapons, whether that be crossbows or bows, doesn't really matter what, but you can actually give them gear from the game, and obviously that's very similar to My Little Warband, of course, and they can then use it. And dependent on their skills, which you can also level up, you didn't get an allocation of skills like you do in My Little Warband. You would need to get a very specific kind of resource known as a Collis gem to be able to do that, or you would have to perform some kind of training regiment to get your units leveled up significantly enough for them to be able to use these items. So yeah, generally it'd be a bit more involved than My Little Warband, but I think the effortlessness of customization that you get in My Little Warband is just second to none. It really is amazing. And hopefully, come on, yeah, get him, there we go. Whew. Okay, I was a bit worried about that for a real quick second. I actually thought I was going to die, but there you go. We are indeed done with the siege at Galend. Can you believe it? Because I thought to myself, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but yeah, you can see here, look at this. Look at how many units we actually ended up losing, even with the new strategy. So this is definitely a very costly method of getting thieves and capturing them and so on. But the one cool thing that we have found out from this is that the strategy does work. And I think the only thing that I could do maybe a little better is try to destroy the enemy's ballistas. I feel like we were mostly taking damage from the enemy's siege equipment, as most of their units were primarily militia, and most of them are going to be crossbowmen. And obviously, as we know, crossbowmen have a very slow attack speed, and as a result, we would most likely have the advantage in that aspect. And so, well, it would make the most sense, of course, to, you know, just kind of... yeah, get my archers to beat them in speed, and yeah, take out the ballistas first of all. So anyway, we're going to be claiming this fief, as you might expect, and we are going to be just going for festivals and games straight away, and just putting a little bit of money in there. And I need to find another Vlandian governor. That is basically what we need to do. So let me actually just cancel all of these, get the loyalty up a little bit, and then once it has stabilized from the siege, you know, once the security has gone up and all that stuff, then we'll hopefully be able to start building things and improving it somewhat. Okay, so Galent, here we go. Fantastic. Let's get 350. I think that might be a bit too costly. Let's go for 300, and then let's just train them. Tier 4, there we go. Fantastic. All right, that's real nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place all the prisoners in here, because they can, of course, be... recruited into the garrison, so that's also going to be very, very useful for us. And otherwise, I guess, oh wow, there's not many notables here. This might be a little bit problematic. There are only 3 notables in Galend, so I am going to need to be much more, shall we say, much more present at our other town, because that town over there has many notables. I think like 6 of them or something like that. So many, many times more units available there. Ah, yes. Well, thankfully... Oh, look at that! Rebels in Charas have actually risen up against Caladog. Ooh, we might actually get the opportunity to go in there and indeed take it. That would be actually kind of amazing. That would be really, really cool. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is we want to search for a Vlandian culture wanderer. And I think we've already taken a look at most of these, and I believe most of them do not have any steward skill. So I will literally just get Bothero the Smith, because he is an engineer. I might as well just get someone that has engineering, I guess, just because I think it might increase the speed at which they create things. I'm actually not entirely sure about that, but it doesn't really matter either way. So we're just going to go and speak to him real fast. We basically just need him for the loyalty increases anyway, so we're just going to get him in here. There we go. And there we are. I think that is fine. Yes, there we go. Okay, so first of all, let's go in here. We're going to sell all of our stuff just to make sure that we have a little bit of extra money. And then we're going to be heading onward. Actually, should I even head onward? Because this can be taken very easily at the moment. It's actually not got a bad garrison, all things considered. I actually thought to myself, this is going to have a really, really bad garrison, almost 0 units. But no, look at the garrison. There's 65 in there already. That's pretty good. I'm very surprised. But then again, I am quote-unquote horrible at sieges. I find that very amusing. I am the first person that will tell you, I am indeed horrible at sieges. You don't need to tell me. Yes, you don't need to state the obvious every time. You know, surprise me a little bit, maybe. That might be a fun thing to do for once. Anyway, let me see if I can. 16 days on the fairgrounds. I was actually hoping that maybe it would be a little bit quicker. And we are also going to need to go to the various villages in the area as well, and maybe try to recruit a couple more. Oh, look at that. That's what I like to see. Look at that. That is an amazing amount of units recruited at a high level as well. We were able to get a number of tier 4 units to join us right there. And hopefully, if I am lucky, we might even... Oh, no. Apparently rebels did not rise up against Caladog. What? Did they take it back? I can't scroll back enough, unfortunately, in the log to be able to see what happened, but... I suppose we can only assume that that was indeed the case, and that they have quashed the rebellion in whatever way they can. Yeah, well, that's actually kind of sad. Oh well, never mind. I guess we can't get everything going our way. We were able to take a town after all, which I think is pretty good. Anyway, testing out a new strategy and all that stuff, and it seemed to work quite nicely, although we did still sustain a lot of casualties. So maybe I can just try to refine that as time goes on. And maybe that will work out a little better. Maybe in a castle siege? I mean, I'd like to take a castle here, because this is going to act as a nice buffer to the rest of Vlandian territory. Maybe it would then make it possible for enemies to attack this castle and give me an early warning that there are enemies coming. You know what I mean? Because then they're going to try and take this instead of trying to take a town. And it's going to be a lot easier for us to react in that sense. Okay, so I'm just going to build a bunch of these. They are going to build a bunch of ballistas. I really wish they wouldn't build ballistas. I would very much prefer if they would build catapults, because if they build catapults, it's a lot less likely that they're going to be accurate with them. But, yeah, what can I do? Right, what can I do about that? And it seems my vassals have actually been active enough to be able to take Druimore Castle, which is actually super surprising too. And Urgion, he is the one that's going to be getting this, actually. Yes, I think Urgion will get this. Why not? Seems like most of them are pretty even as it is, but Urgion, I think, might do the best job. I'm actually not entirely sure, so I guess we'll just see what happens. Anyway, we have built the siege towers and the battering ram once again, and let's head in and see how we do. This is obviously a castle. They might have tighter angles on the battlements, so it might be more difficult for my archers to get clear line of sight on the opponent. So that might be a little iffy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's see what I can do about the formations. So we're going to go for a loose formation first of all, and then this is what I did in the previous siege as well. I don't know. I don't think you were there when I did this, but yeah. This is a bit too tight, isn't it? Yeah, this is a bit too tight, but I'm very much hoping, because they are mostly aiming upwards, that the line of sight is not going to be that harsh in terms of friendly units standing in front of each other. So hopefully this is going to work out quite nicely for us. If it doesn't, then, well, I can't really do much about it, because there isn't much more space for my units to really occupy. So we'll see how it goes. I am going to try and get a couple of snipes myself. Namely on these fellows. Oh, nice. I actually almost hit that guy. Really? Okay. Not bad. Oh, we actually hit him. Fantastic. Nice. Took him down. Now I'm basically just going to try and eliminate whoever goes on the ballista. That's pretty much my only goal for this particular siege, because I personally feel... Really? You hit me in the neck from that distance? Okay, props to you, sir, whoever you are. You hit me very, very nicely, and I am livid as a result. Let's move my forces a bit closer, to be honest. I think we're probably going to need to do that. This is too close as well. We need to spread them out a lot more, so let me just do that manually here. There we go. Hopefully they're going to get into a nice formation. It might be too close. Do you think this is too close? I don't know. I think it should be okay, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it should be all right. It should be all right. Let's just give it a go. Let's give it a go. I don't know whether it's gonna be that effective, but I think I just generally need to be a bit more effective myself with my own shots too, because you can see here I'm basically missing every single time I shoot, and that is absolutely awful. That is really, really bad. Hello there, sir. No, okay. Oh, yeah, you're gonna shoot. Oh, no, look at that. He's avoiding me. Look at that. He's actually evading all of my shots at the moment. That is not very nice of him. I mean, it's nice for him, but not so much nice for me. So, I should really do a better job, shouldn't I? Oh well, never mind. It seems like our battering ram and our siege towers are arriving at their destinations. How many have we lost so far? Not too many, but we have also not eliminated as many as I would have expected. But I suppose, what can I really guess is going to happen, to be honest? Okay, let me see. You know what? I probably should have built some catapults myself. Kind of feel like maybe that would have made sense, because if I build some catapults, then I can at least destroy the protective wooden areas, I guess, that are built around the ballistas, and that's going to make it a lot easier for our archers to destroy the ballistas operators and so on and so forth, so that would probably be pretty useful. Slash them. Yes. Okay, run. Yes. I will bravely run away. Very good. Okay, now I need to be very careful. No. No. Okay, I'm going to try and sneakily kill this guy. Nice. Anyone else? Anyone else want a piece of me? Well, those guys do. So I'm going to try and shoot them. Oh no, I'm being shot. I don't know where I'm being shot from, so I guess I will literally just run back in here. And where am I being shot from? I can assume that guy over there was shooting me. Never mind. No, it's actually the guy from the archery nest over there. If you can believe it. I mean, literally, all the way from over there, you are an... Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I actually thought to myself, he's you know, he's a supernaturally good archer. But no, I was actually able to hit him from there. Kind of amazing. Okay, I would not have expected that in a million years. Nice. Okay, I'm getting a bit more used to how this bow works, because obviously this is a different bow than what I was using before, and even though I was absolutely terrible at using that one, this is a little bit different. Oh, yeah. Okay, good work, me. He's just literally saying to himself, I will bend down and avoid every single shot that is coming towards me. And I will reload my crossbow, being completely untouched, and then I will be headshot in the face. And that's generally what happened to him right there. And it's kind of one of those Neo moments where he literally just dodges absolutely every single projectile coming his way. And it is through no fault of his own that he has done that. I mean, I'm talking about this NPC right now. I'm not talking about Neo, obviously, but I still think that is absolutely hilarious how he was able to just avoid that just by bending down to reload his crossbow. Although that is probably my own fault, to be honest. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we actually ended up losing a very similar amount of units, even though the castle had a much lower garrison. So that's something to bear in mind too. It seems like the average that we're going to lose is around 50 to 60 units every single time we do this. And it doesn't matter whether it's a castle or something else, which is actually kind of... I'm going to say kind of surprising. I feel like it's kind of surprising. Maybe it's just me. I'm not entirely sure. But we're going to just stop all the constructions here. Get the loyalty to be boosted up a little bit. And I should probably get another governor in here as well. Okay, can I get another governor? Yes, I can get another governor. Okay, so we're going to have to send off a messenger to someone. I think we still have the list here. Yes, we do. This guy's a medicine fellow. Yeah, why not? Let's send one to this guy. Why not? I mean, might as well, right? Oh dear. Okay, this is actually really bad. We're kind of stuck. I don't think I can defend against this. I don't think I can defend against this. Okay, I'm... he's gonna take a... Oh, that's... Okay, am I disorganized still? I need to check that. Am I disorganized? No. Okay. Can I get away? Yes, I can. Okay, phew. I was a bit worried about that for a real quick second, because I thought to myself, okay, I am in this small little, you know, defensive area, because basically that's, you know, that's the reason why they built this castle there in the first place, because it's on the side of a mountain, so it's very difficult to approach from any other direction. But on the other hand, it basically makes it so that the defense, whichever defending force it is, has a very difficult time of escaping from that location. So, yeah, well, anyway... Seems like our messenger has arrived. Let's skip the pleasantries, even though this guy literally has no job to go to now, which is somewhat unfortunate. I will not be able to defeat that guy, I don't think. I might have been able to defend, but I'm not sure whether we wanted to really chance it, considering a lot of my units are still wounded from the siege. And if we can go back in there with a minimal resistance, because obviously they're probably not going to be putting that many units in there, I should be able to take it with minimal casualties. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know just yet. I hope that he will not go for Galend now. If he does go for Galend, we might have some issues, because I would very much like to get into the garrison itself before he is capable of that. Oh, there's actually 292 here. So I think generally he's going to have a hard time whether he decides to do this or not. Is he? He is actually attempting to do that. Okay, let's do this. We're just going to do the ransom there. Let's recruit some more people. Let's go and just sell some stuff. No, I did not want to... I did not want to buy everything. Thank you very much. I actually wanted to sell everything. There we go. And we are going to... do I want to do anything? I could get the marketplace going again, but does it matter? Probably not, right? Probably not. Okay. So, oh, look at that, look at that. One of the Vlandian's armies has been defeated by Barebones Topia. Very good, okay. No morale penalty for disorganized state. Oh, yeah, we actually already selected this, but because of the crash, we lost the progress on it. I'm going to go for Swift Regroup. In my opinion, very, very good talent or perk to take. And it seems as though the army has left. Okay, intriguing. Where are they? I'm kind of surprised that they have left the area, but maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. I don't know. Just going to go in for an auto-resolve here. This guy's going to be real easy to eliminate, as you can tell. We're going to get some nice experience from this too, which is obviously the main goal. And we can potentially now go back into Hongar Castle and take it. There's only 80 defenders there, so I should theoretically be absolutely fine, and we should be able to take it in a very, very swift manner, but it depends. Is there going to be another army that will appear out of nowhere? Derthert. Derthert himself is right there. Okay, I think we're probably going to change our target, and we will be attacking Derthert instead. Aha, and there's the army. So yeah, so even if I had attempted to take this and indeed succeeded in taking it, it would have been... Oh, really? Derthert running away there. Anyway, yeah, it would have been probably a fruitless endeavor. So kind of unfortunate there, but, you know, can't really do much about it. And Derthert, I'm going to cut you off, sir. Oh, he made a bit of an error there, but maybe not. Maybe he's actually trying to act as bait. Did you notice that? How the army was going to slide in behind and try to take Galend while we were distracted by Derthart's presence. That might have been their plan, although, to be fair, the AI probably doesn't think that far ahead, right? Oh well, never mind. Let me see. Can I catch? Yes, there we go. Whew. Okay, I really wanted to catch this vassal, or any vassal for that matter. We're just going to be letting most people go now, by the way, as well, because I would like to try and persuade some of them to join us potentially. If we can actually get a fief along with it, then that is going to be just so much more worth it. It really is. Any single time we can persuade a vassal to join us and they bring a fief, it's just 2 for 1, pretty much. You know, buy one, get one free. That's basically how it is. Anyway, we're just going to continue auto-resolving against these. We may end up losing a couple of units here and there, but generally the experience gain and the ease of which we are able to do that is worth it, in my opinion. And we are also, of course, still capable of recruiting a number of units from these various villages around here. And I tend to think that we have a pretty decent relation with most people at the moment. Galend, not so much, because actually the loyalty's not doing too badly right now. Okay, I'm gonna go for, wait a minute, where's Fairgrounds? Do they not have, they apparently don't have Fairgrounds? Oh no, they have rank 2 Fairgrounds, that's the reason why I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna go for 62 days. That's a bit much. 29 days, I think that's a little better, right? So let's do 29 days for the Fairgrounds. That's gonna give us a little bit of extra taxes, which I suppose is always welcome, you know? A little bit of extra money to hopefully expand our territory and maintain our armies and so on and so forth. That might be kind of nice. And otherwise, Derthert he's being a bit suspicious right now. You can see him right over there on the edge of the screen. He's trying to suss out what's going on. And I don't really want him to be there, so I'm going to lay in a bit of a pursuit He could have gone into Hongard Castle right there, but he completely decided not to for some reason. I don't know why. It seems like he thinks that he's faster than us, which indeed he is. Oh, he made a slight error there by stopping to fight some bandits. I'm actually surprised that he is this fast. Does he have so many cavalry that we are just unable to catch him? That might very well be the case. Alright, so we were able to catch up to another vassal, but not Derthert himself. It's actually a bit weird, because Derthert seems to be a very slippery customer indeed. Not entirely sure why that is, but otherwise we did catch this guy, and I'm just going to be taking a very minor amount of casualties. 54 units can level up as a result of this fight. I am not entirely sure how that even happened, but apparently we're gaining massive amounts of experience from these auto-resolve battles, so that's really nice. And otherwise, we have that army, that same army, just hanging around in this area, really preventing us, kind of locking us down from basically doing anything or of offensive note, which is a bit, it's not really frustrating or anything like that, because they're not really doing much, but it is definitely preventing us from expansion. And at the moment, that could be, it's not the best thing ever. Okay, let me just see if anyone needs anything. This guy obviously doesn't need any gear because he's going to become a governor relatively soon. So let's just upgrade some of their stuff. There we are. Everyone else is looking perfectly fine. Okay, great. And generally, I don't think we really need these prisoners anymore. So I'm going to sell them all for 25,000. Oh yes, give me that. And we actually have a pretty significant army right now. So I'm wondering, do you think I can take on that army and win? I'm a little worried about it. I'm thinking to myself, I think we might be able to if I get a decent environment, you know, if I get archers on a hill or something like that and prevent all of their cavalry from being able to storm through our lines, I might very well be able to eliminate them. But that is it's a bit of a big if, you know? It's a big if, and definitely something that is, I don't know, it's leaving it a bit too much up to chance, potentially, so not sure. But we could lure them into a location that is kind of advantageous to us, potentially, maybe? I don't know. I mean, you can see here, look at that. They have basically double the amount of combat strength that we have, and they have pretty much double the amount of units that we have, so that obviously makes sense. Let me just see their army composition real quick. Yeah, I already took a look at their army composition. They have 22 sharpshooters. That's the main thing I'm looking at right there, and they also have 51 regular crossbowmen, 42 levy crossbowmen, and bear in mind that even if these crossbowmen are relatively low tier, it doesn't really matter that much. I think we've had that discussion before in a previous series where we were talking about how crossbowmen actually don't need to have a huge amount of weapon proficiency to actually be good, you know, to have their accuracy be, you know, on point. They don't really need to do much. They can basically just have the crossbow, and if they fire in the general direction, it's probably going to hit. Whereas if you have a low proficiency as a bow user, well, good luck, because it's going to be much more difficult to be accurate with that, because your proficiency is so low that it's just going to fly off somewhere random. It's just because of the way that the crossbow works, you know. A long time ago, the developers actually changed the accuracy and the way that each ranged projectile class works. In other words, thrown weapons, crossbows, and bows, they all have different ways of firing now. So the crosshair acts a different way every single time you unleash or want to unleash a particular one of their projectiles, whether that be a bolt or an arrow or something like that. And so that definitely makes a huge difference to how accurate you're going to be in the end, which is actually kind of cool, in my opinion. I actually really like the fact that they have made them a bit more unique, because the way it was before, they all acted in exactly the same fashion, and it was a little bit, well, a crossbow is obviously not going to act in the same fashion as a bow, right? Same thing with thrown weapons as well. They're not all going to react the same way to how you handle them in a fight. I'm actually just going to get out my bow real quick. I want to eliminate this guy if I can. There. Oh, no, I got shot just as I was about to unleash it. Are you serious? Oh, what a classic. Yeah, that happens. That happens, yeah. Oh well, never mind, never mind. Okay, do I have a bow? Yes, I do have a bow. Who is this that I'm actually controlling right here? Is this our husband? I think it might be. Nice. No, it's actually Jaima. It's actually Jaima that we're controlling right now. Okay, that's cool. That is very, very cool. Okay, I'm actually just going to speed things up real fast. We're just going to get up here and get instantly murdered. And that's actually one of those strategies which I was talking about in a previous episode as well, where if you have a bunch of archers on the low ground and one target shows themselves to those archers, every single one of them is just going to burst down the enemy that has shown themselves first. And that's exactly what happened to me just now, which is actually kind of hilarious. And you can see here, look at they're actually eliminating all of us so incredibly easily as we are trying to get up to them. That is a fiendish location for any ranged unit to stand, with the exception of maybe thrown weapons or something like that, because thrown weapons generally are just beastly as they are. They don't really need a good vantage point to be effective, but anyway, there you go. We've got some good loot. Show mercy, I guess. I guess we will show mercy and we'll claim the fief. They've gained even more combat strength than last time. I guess I will be leaving Hongard Castle again, which is really not what I wanted to do, but Joron's army is really close by, as you can see. If we can get into a battle with him and Eliduran's army, we might be able to achieve something. You can see they have 680. It might be okay. It might work. Oh, they're just completely ignoring that. Okay, fine. They are just completely ignoring Hongard Castle, and I don't know where they're going. They're going to besiege Verexand Castle, which I suppose is okay, because, let's face it, this army right here is distracted by taking Hongard, and they are going to be placing a portion of their units in the garrison, which is also going to weaken them a little. It's not a massive amount, of course, but it's definitely going to make a bit of a difference. And so maybe, just maybe, we will get Verexand Castle and expand our territory through that, which is actually going to be quite nice. Anyway, this is what it's currently looking like. We've got two armies out and about, and we're actually not doing too badly, in my opinion. I feel like we're doing quite nicely. My army is looking pretty nice in itself. We have 115 bear assassins, and hopefully we're going to be getting even more as time goes on. My goal is actually to, at one point at least, have an army entirely consisting of these units, which would actually be super fun. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.